Producer Mike wants to be a millionaire. Yes, I do. 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 Okay, this is very. Damn, that is loud, isn't it? Holy moly. Okay. Let's blame it on the bossa nova. Welcome to Producer Mike Wants to Be a Millionaire. I'm glad you're back for episode 4. Apologize for last week. Yeah, after the Thanksgiving stuff I did at the Sahara with Rad Brad, I found it a little difficult to get everything set up again by the weekend. So, oh well. I'm going to make it up for you, make it up to you, because as you know, I'm giving people raffle tickets to attempt to win 5% of my total winnings of round 4 of the Bestball, DraftKings Bestball tournament that I've been discussing over the past month or so. We'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, we're going to go today, and same rules apply. I'll go through those once again. And we're also going to go tomorrow. All right. So tomorrow, being Monday, I'm going to go live for Monday Night Football. Probably right at the beginning of the game. There's going to be some updates on that I need to give you anyway to let you know how many contests I will hopefully be getting, moving on to the next phase here. And if I can get all the way to round 4, and then we're talking some turkey. So yeah, as a matter of fact, I did take somebody's, I think it was Mysterious Vixen. I took her advice, and let me just make that just a tinge bigger. Bear with me, folks. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, so I've got the essentially the rules. Excuse me. So you need to like the video, this video, like all the other ones too. Like all the other ones too, because you're getting a raffle ticket for every one of these little things you do. And the fact that I'm giving you a raffle ticket for everything that you do stops after week 14, after this week. So after tomorrow, I'm not going to give one raffle ticket for every little one thing you did. You're only going to get one raffle ticket going forward, and you got to do all this. You're going to have to do all this. So make sure you've done all this right now, okay? Like the video. It's hard for me to read this. Okay, like the video. Send something in the live chat. You're covered. Get a raffle ticket for that. Subscribe to this channel, okay? Producer Mike Presents Jessup Legacy. I'm sure all of you have already subscribed. If you have not, please do. Wouldn't hurt to hit the notification bell either, because that'll tell you when I go live. I don't really post a lot of videos, so it's not going to be like, I'm not going to blow up your phone. I promise. And then finally, subscribe to my personal channel, Producer Mike Presents, or not Producer Mike Presents, Producer Mike JSP. Producer Mike JSP. JSP stands for Jessup Show Podcast, which is a little bit on the defunct side right now. However, that is my handle over on YouTube. So do those things. Tune in tomorrow. Do the same thing. And then going forward, you're only to get one raffle ticket. You're going to have to do all of them. Make it fair for you folks who have been here from the beginning. I think that's the only fair thing to do. But still going to let some folks come in and allow them to do that and everything and whatnot. All right. So there is some exciting things happening as far as today, and I want to get into that first before I get into the DraftKings stuff. And that is, I have some action. I've got some action today. So I will be following just 3 NFL games as we go along the afternoon here, at least for the early games. And these 3 specific games are 3 parts of a 5-leg parlay that I have in. $5. I know. Crazy money. But I could win 53. So we're fingers crossed on that. So what I have done, as a matter of fact, I can bring it up right now, is I have my producer Mike's action slate right here, slide rather. 5 leg parlay. What I'm looking for is the Steelers Ravens game to go under 42.5 total points. I need the Titans and the Browns to go under the 33.5. And the Colts and the Jaguars to go over 47.5. Now, those are 3 early games. Those are the 3 I'm going to follow. And then going on to the later games, I need the Broncos just to win on the field along with the Rams. So if the Broncos and the Rams both win their games and the overs and unders come in, I will win $53. And that would be, well, that would be mint. That would be very, very mint. And I would be extremely happy. So we'll be following those along. We are also, like I said, DraftKings. How are you going to get some money out of me? Well, it's going to be very, very difficult, as I had mentioned. Slim to none, anyone wins anything. However, we're in the driver's seat in the fact that we have opportunities. So, with that said, let me show you where I am with this with these DraftKings tournaments. If I could find this the one, yeah. All right, let's move this. I should have done that before I started. Who gives a crap? All right, we'll just leave it like this. All right, so you see that I have one contest here in first place. That one looks pretty solid. We're gonna be taking that into the playoff round. Round 2 starts next week. And again, we go to round 4. So round 2 starts next week, then round 3, and then finally round 4. Yay. And that one is going to go in. Then you'll see that I have 2 here in second place. One of them's pretty solid. Really not even that worried about it. The other one, yeah, I think I've got about 40-point leeway on that. So it's tight. I would call it tight. Anything could happen. I mean, my boys need to go out there and perform. But yeah, that's what we're looking at there. So two contests, I believe, we're lock, stock, and barrel. Feeling good about that. A third one, I'm in, but let's see what happens. Moving on to 2 of these third place ones. These are also the cheapy ones. You'll see the Millionaire is here. I've got a 4th place Millionaire. We'll talk about that in a second. Of these 2 third place ones, one of them, I'm within, I believe, 30 or 40 points. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm within like 5 points. I'm sorry. It's like about 5 points. And that contest, it could go either way at this point, but this is the week. Like we're coming to the finish line to see who's going to make it and who's not. We're on the bubble. So we're going to be following the one that we're really tight with. So we're doing a lot of refreshing to see what happens there. And then the other third place one is approaching about 70. It's about 70 out from second place, and not holding my breath on that one. So now we're up to, we have 2, right? And then a third one that is right there. So now I've got 3 that were in the ballpark. Now we're at this Millionaire here. This is my 4th place one, but I'm within 30, I think it was 35 points. I'm going to have to get updates on this because games are going on right now. We'll do a refresh there. But when we went into today, those were kind of the margins we're looking at. So the Millionaire, if I'm going to win that $2 million, which becomes 1.4 after taxes, get 5% of that. That maxes the $5,000 out. Bang. This one's got a lot of payouts that 5% would represent the $5,000. The max you could possibly win. Again, slim to none. I don't want to give anybody false hope. Slim to none. So so being in the Millionaire, getting in the one, and that one being strong would be very, very helpful. And so that gives us a 4th contest. And then, believe it or not, one of the 5th place ones, and I'm not going to be putting a whole lot of whole lot of stock in it because though I'm about 40 points out, I'm in 5th place, which means I'm battling with three other players just to get into those final 2 spots or whatever it is. And yeah, I mean, you got to worry about so many other teams, and that's so many other groups of players. And, some of the guys that I have in this contest, somebody else may have in another contest. So, there's a lot of levers and a lot of pulleys, and they're all being pulled and pushed and pressed and prodded and whatever. Oh, speaking of beverages, got my coffee in my hand. We're going 200 milligrams of espresso THC. Brought to me by Sip. It was a Sip product. So I put a couple of those babies into my coffee here, and yeah, 200 milligrams. I started about a half an hour ago, so I may be kind of tuned up in a little bit. Anyway, in a little while. All right, so that's what we're looking at as far as my DraftKings. Again, we will look at specific line. See, right off the bat, we got a roster updates right off the bat for me. So this is good. This will be good. So once we get into this, we'll be clicking that button quite a bit, and hopefully we'll be moving up the ladder. And then, of course, we will look at the NFL games as they go on. I will, I don't know if I'll give you updates on all the scores. This is not what this particular show is focusing on, especially being week 14. It's more of a selfish stream. We're hoping to see mass amounts of cash come my way, and the only way we're going to be able to do that is if the DraftKings things come through, and of course my parlay, my 5-leg parlay. So we're going to be concentrating mostly on that. However, with that being said, we will be diving. Is anybody not in? Okay, that's a commercial. All 3 commercials. Great. Got to sell us orange juice. But we will go through to those individual games and see how well I'm doing. I don't know. Game's been playing for about a half an hour. I've got overs. I've got unders. Just to remind everyone, that's what I'm looking at. So we definitely want this parlay to come in to grab another $53. But this marks the first week that I've actually had some action. Action on this particular program. We had action and did very well, Brad and I, with our parlays on Thanksgiving. We did 3. What was it? 3 team parlays, I believe what it was. And we hit 2 out of 3 of them. Made fat cash. Fat cash. So that was a whole lot of fun. Don't want to do that. Boom. We are going to be going into the chat as well, ladies and gentlemen. It's been incredibly active. We've had folks in here a little bit early, so we'll go through all of that in a little bit as well. And hopefully everyone will have fun hanging out with me, especially after this THC kicks in. Some of it's feel something. Yeah, something's happening. But yeah, what are you gonna do? I'm actually almost done with it. 200 mgs in the book. All right, so why don't let's transition back to the games. I'm sure these ads are playing because yeah, see, that's orange. Either these are 5-minute ads or they're pausing after I bring it active here. But in any case, let's see. We've got the Indianapolis Colts and the Jaguars, right, folks? Now, this game, I need to have the over hit, and it's 47 and a half. So the fact that there's 14 points already scored in the first quarter bodes incredibly well for me. 13-7. The fact that there's been 3 touchdowns, shit, this over might hit in the first half. So this is great news. Is all I'm trying to convey is that Parlay King over here is doing very well on game number 1. So let's pop into game number 2, shall we? And let's see what's going on here. I've got the Titans and the Browns. I forgot which this one is. Is it 42 or is this the 33? This is the 33. I'm porked. Oh boy, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Titans and Browns are now 7-3. That gets you 10 points for the first quarter. They're on pace for 40. So this is boding incredibly poor. Incredibly poor for me. This is actually a shit show. This is like the rookie game. Both quarterbacks in this game are rookies. And the Cleveland Browns quarterback's like a rookie, like this is like his freaking third start. Second, maybe. And then you got Cam Ward, right? Got Cam Ward on the Titans side. I think he's been playing all year. Not positive, but I think he did. And then Sanders on Dion's kid. He's QBing for Cleveland, and well, the 3 points. I mean, shit. I mean, that means he's getting into territories there. So we need a lot of defense. We just need the defense to step up. All right, moving over to the Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens. Again, 7-3, getting close to the end of the first quarter. And they're at 10 points. I have a little leeway there, 42.5. I need this one to stay under. So, did Rodgers throw a TD? Because that would be mint if he did. Rodgers, 1-yard rush! Even better! We'll get into that a little bit more later on, but Aaron Rodgers, I have him in more than one lineup, and I think that him scoring a touchdown on his own is going to bode. I got to stop using that word. I've already used the maxed out on bode. That's going to do well for me, I'm sure, and so excitingness there. All right, so let's do a recap around the league just to keep you up to date here. Titans are shit. All right, Titans are now winning 14-3. That parlay's done. There's no fucking way. The Titans seem to be able to score at will. I thought the Browns had a halfway decent defense. Steelers, Ravens. Steelers are winning 7-3 in Baltimore. The Colts are losing to the Jaguars 14-7. Commanders are yet to score against the Vikings. The Vikings have scored against the Commanders, 7-0 there. Everything is in the first quarter, except for that Commander-Vikings game, and Bengals-Bills have entered the second quarter. Bills are losing. Geeky's Bills are losing 14-3 to the Cincinnati Bengals. And then the Dolphins are putting a big old spit hurt on the Jets, 21-0. No shock there. No shock there. Reason being, the Dolphins stink too. Dolphins stink as well. However, the Jets stink out loud, and they especially like to stink in front of their home fans. And the Meadowlands is where they're at, and so the Jets want to make sure that their fans know that nothing has changed. So, all right. Before I go over to the chat, want to do something fun today. We're going to play. Well, not really going to play. We're going to interject some funness, spice it up a little bit, just for ha-has. So what I've done is I reached into my box, if you will. I said box. And got some of my Cards Against Humanity playing cards. And what I've done is I've selected a few. I selected actually quite a few that I thought were interesting. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say what the premise is. You're gonna essentially it's you're filling in the blank. Okay, so I'm going to give you a kind of a match game type of thing, and you fill in the blank. Bow, bow, dan, 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 bow, and put your answer into the chat. Okay, so I'll know if there is a single weird answer. I know what it's for. It's for the Cards Against Humanity. So I'm just gonna pick one. This will be the one we start with. Oh, here's an appropriate one. It being the holiday season, let's go ahead and use this one. All right, so in the chat, put in your answer to this, and in a few minutes I'll go over to the chat and I'll read through them. And the aim is to make me laugh. I tell you what, someone makes me laugh with their answer, they get a bonus raffle ticket. So I don't know how many of these we'll do today, but if I laugh at what you said, in other words, it's got to be legit funny, subjective, I know, to me, and you'll get a bonus raffle ticket. As far as bonus raffle tickets, I think I've only given out one bonus raffle ticket, and that's the Mysterious Vixen a couple of weeks ago. So she gets one extra from all the totals she got, the total ones that she got. All right, here you go. Here is your Card Against Humanity. Instead of coal, Santa now gives the bad children blank. Bow, bow, doo 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 doo, bow, bow, doo 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 doo, bow, bow, doo 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 doo, bow, bow, doo 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 doo. Instead of coal, Santa now gives the bad children blank. All right, so we will see what y'all have come up with for that in just a moment. All right, so we've gone about 45 minutes or so, just shy of it, on today's matchups. So let's do a refresh on this screen, and let's hope that we will have improved. And we have not improved yet. So we've got, yeah, we're still in the money in 3. And yeah, still early. Normally the previous weeks I've done this on the later games just to let a good flow of games get through the day so I can kind of do an update. Now, doing the early game, I thought it would just be better to do it. It's the final week of the first round for the DraftKings of the Bestball tournaments here. Last week of round 1, I should say. And there may be a lot of movement. So I thought that'd be more fun to look at least fun for me. All right. All right. The THC. Okay, I normally don't. I'm not a caffeine guy. Yeah, like I do. I'm a big coffee drinker, but I normally drink decaf. The espresso THC shots are loaded with caffeine. I mean, why wouldn't it, right? It's an espresso product. They figured you want it for energy. I'm not really used to it. I don't. Well, I've had caffeine before, but not in this level. And now I'm pretty freaking amped up right now. Right. So good times. I'm not really sure what screen to keep this on. I don't know. Okay. Well, it's a matter of staying chill and, you know, doing that. All right. So, again, in the chat, instead of coal, Santa now gives the bad children blank. Uh, I think it's time to do some rippage. We'll make it a social rippage. So I've got my Hamilton device Shiv. So I will be toking my hybrid. I've got a hybrid creamsicle. Actually, I think it's an indica. Yeah, I think it's an indica. It's creamsicle something. I'm sure it's one of Lando's favorites. But anyway, cheers, everyone. I don't think my atomizer's working. Hang on. Ooh. Pump up the jams, pump up the jams, pump up the jams. Dance, dance. All right. See if we can hold that one. Stick the landing. No. Not really. All right, let's go over the chat. Let's do the chat. Rules. Should I do the rules real quick? Nah, I'll do the rules later. All right, so get rid of the rules. And then I need to look up at the big screen because my eyes are terrible. All right, so I don't want to get into, like I said, there was a lot of activity in the chat earlier. I don't want to put everyone on blast. If you want to read the chat, get in there. You got to get into the chat anyway to post something for the raffle ticket purposes. So if you want to read the early stuff, go ahead. But what I just want to say to sum that up is Mysterious Vixen, I hope you feel better. It sucks being sick. I'm happy that I don't get sick that much, but when I do get sick, it's flipping awful, especially if it's something respiratory, because it makes it very difficult to keep this shit down. You know what I mean? So then you end up doing edibles, which, right? Edibles. It's a whole new freaking thing. So it's best just not to be sick. Drink plenty of fluids. Hope you feel better. I'm sure most of the people are lying down watching this anyway. All right. So let's see where I'd like to start. So symptom. Yeah. Okay. So Red Rom, Eddie Weber. Bettering opening song for sure. Oh, yeah. So what I'm trying to do is just make the production easier. And I found it just easier to use additional YouTube music in the same freaking window. You know, because I didn't even shut off the piano. I just blasted the heavy metal in a different tab. And yeah, that worked. So the heavy metal was just from YouTube. And then the visual was just for the media player. And I just muted that shit. And yeah, so I had to kind of, oh, Jesus. All right. Hang on, folks. Looks like we have Crawlfaced calling in. Hello, Crawlfaced, is that you? We just actually did a social. Why don't we do another social and we can see if we... Oh, you're like way out there.
Yeah, all the way.
Okay, all right. Well, what's happening today, Crawlfaced? Are you doing chores or errands? What's happening?
We're doing.
Oh, so you're in the self-driving Tesla then?
I'm home now.
Okay, hang on a second here. I'm trying to get your volume a little bit louder. I'm not sure everyone can hear you. But
Are we live on the football show?
we are live on the Producer Mike Wants to Be a Millionaire, yes.
Oh, is we got T. Hines in the house, or just what do you got?
Red Rom, Eddie Weber has been joined into the show. We've got 5'9" Keith. We haven't gotten to his comment yet, but hello, 5'9" Keith. And Mysterious Vixen. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, what's up, guys? That's all. And gal.
Indeed. And I do have some action going. I've got a 5-leg parlay that looks a little dismal because apparently the Titans and the Browns both will score points today. Bastards. Is that would have been helpful? It would have been helpful for sure. For sure. Something like that. And I figure it's 33.5, and my rule is whenever you see a line that low, I think they think it's going to be in the teens. You know what I mean? So.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Probably the worst Super Bowl lunch ever. I actually went, for some reason today, I felt like eating Subway.
Okay.
And yeah, shout out Subway. You're not a sponsor, and we don't want you as one.
Why Subway? Usually a Jimmy John's guy, no?
No, I'm a Jersey Mike's guy.
Or Jersey Mike's, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, we went to Subway today because this is real shitty of me. Jersey Mike's is over like near the grocery store, and Mrs. Faced had some errands that she would have liked me to run if I went that way. So I chose the restaurant.
Right. Making dick moves. Love it. Fantastic. All right, cool. All right, what
social were you looking in your best contests now? I know that's what the show is about. Or is there a chance? Because I noticed in contests, people in the audience have a chance to win something if you win something. Do you still have a chance at winning something?
Oh, yeah. Crawlface, that was what we opened the show with. That's the only reason why all 8 people are watching this right now, is to get their raffle basically get their raffle tickets earned. So when we do win money, and again, it's winning money in round 4. Now, round 4 of the tournament that I'm in. Round 1 ends today. So
okay. So the regular season, or if the money starts in the
right. So, well, technically, once I get past this round, then the trick is I have to be in first place so in other words, week 15 next week, my team has to be in first place in the group that I'm going up against.
Yep.
If I'm not in first place, bye-bye. Have a nice day. Thanks for playing. Right. So round 2, I need to be in first place. Round 3, I need to be in first place. And then round 4, that's where the magic happens. I can be in 209th place, but I could still win $1,500. So round 4 is what I'm trying to get to. So that's when somebody out in the audience will also be very happy as well. And hopefully we can make some Christmas cheer go around, though, Carl-Faced.
All right. That sounds good. Best of luck to you and everybody. Hope you make some big freaking money over there.
Yep, we're hoping. We are really hoping. Thank you for the well wishes, and well, drive safe, Crawlface. You said you're going out and shit.
2 minutes from the homestead at this point. I'm gonna go in, deep throat this sandwich, and then you know,
Fucking
plop
gross.
myself on the couch and watch some football with Junior.
Oh, well, good on you, man. Enjoy your afternoon. Hey, thanks for calling in. Really appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, buddy. Take it easy.
You got it. Hey, crawl faced everybody. That was crazy. Normally, I don't take phone calls, but I literally just set up. If you guys watched the previous movement, you saw that Steve Jessup called in, and we tried to get his audio to work by putting the phone on the microphone, and some of it cut out, didn't come out as well as I had hoped. Well, we upgraded some systems over here. I've got a nice big old speaker. Actually, I could probably just turn this off now. And a little, it's actually my backup Dr. Dauber switch glass attachment. We boosted up the speaker. I got it right by the mic. It looks like it might work. So I was checking the levels. Always got to check levels, folks. But I think we did all right. All right, let's get back into the chat. So yeah, we did the theme song. 5-9 Keith, go Bills. Yeah, good luck. Did I just see that they were losing? I think somebody ran into my door. Where are our Bills, huh? Let's do a refresh just to make sure we're getting the latest data. Yeah, you're chasing. You're chasing 3. I don't know. 5-9. They win last week, or did they get beat last week? I thought the Bills got beat last week. Oh. Guys are at home. I mean, no excuse. All right, Red Rum. Before long, producer Mike will be listening to UABB. University of Alabama, Birmingham. All right, I'm missing that one. Nice theme song. Should heavy metal a little bit more to keep it's perfect. You got it, Mysterious Vixen. Again, I'm glad it sounds great. I'm going for easy. Easy peasy. Since there's no tech guy over here. It's just me. So I got to do everything. And once these all 200 milligrams hit, I may forget to shut everything off. I may just go over and nap. I should do that. I should set up a camera over there just in case, I can go directly into a sleep stream or something. I don't know why, but whatever. Okay, Eddie Weber. That's what I'm saying. Listen to a little upon a burning body and get some inspirations. That's what I'm saying. Listen to a little upon a burning body and get some inspirations. Red. Oh, this must be medical shit. Dr. Weber was trying to help patient Vixen earlier. All right, up upon a burning body. Metal group out of Texas. Incredible Cats. Not familiar. Let's see if we can get some. Oh, here we go. All right, so this might be where the where our Cards Against Humanity start. Okay, so producer Mike, I like the 500 milligram gummies. Red Rum, Jack and Cokes. Let me just get to some of this. Did I miss some shit? Red Rum. Okay, I'll check them out. Yes, the band. Gotta have orange juice for mixed drinks. Of course, Mysterious Vixen and vitamin C. Whiskeys and Cokes. Okay, 500 milligram gummies. Yeah, I will. So 100 milligrams is basically my wheelhouse. Like, if I'm going to do any at all edibles, it'll be 100. I did 200 today because I want to have a little bit of fun. And then 500, not against it. Done it before, but way have to make sure that I'm probably in bed or most of the time in bed with 500 milligrams, right? You want to make sure you have your water next to your bed. maybe a bowl of chips, a ranch dip. I like a little bowl of M&Ms, peanut M&Ms on the side, though the M&M's has a ones with almonds now, or well, I think they've had them for a while, but I like those. Mm. Oh, H2O. All right, here we go. Let's take a look. Cards Against Humanity. Okay, instead of coal, Santa now gives the bad children. Mysterious Vixen says spankings. Spankings. That's probably the go-to answer. No, I'm just kidding. That's not my actual answer. I was just being a smartass on the first one. Picking up what you are putting down. Santa now gives the bad children raw vegetables just to piss them off. I would have to think, with all the crap that's been going on in the world over the past, well, just name it, that Santa is probably none too pleased with any of us. So, producer Mike, I'm gonna pull your crank and amp you up some more. Pull your crank. Okay. Oh God. All right, producer Mike, thank you. I appreciate that you're being here, listening to your soothing. Appreciate you saying such kind things about my soothing voice. Can't hear the phone. Yeah, I was watching the levels. I think what the problem is phone calls don't come in stereo. That's a stereo Bluetooth speaker, and I had the speaker that was dead on the wrong side. Should have put the dead speaker on the other side. The other side of the speaker would have been live, and I think it's better at the end. Yeah, I can't hear him. That's better. Thank you. Yeah. 60 is better. We can hear him. Thank you. I think your audio settings is dimming him because it thinks it's background noise. Yeah, all that shit. I'm certain is probably true. Like we can hear him fine about Jersey Mike's, but even laughing doesn't come across. Oh, yuck food. What? Red Rom, what? Don't you don't like a good number 7, little turkey and provolone? Get it Mike's way. Yeah, I'm an Italian guy. I think that's number 13 or something. I don't get it Mike's way. I've got specific tastes on that. Red Rom again. Oh, you all right? Y'all eating Vegemite and shit. But it's great hangover food. Eddie, you should have said Vegemite as what Santa is giving the bad children. That would have gotten a laugh out of me. You would have gotten an extra raffle ticket, but that obviously wasn't part of your answer. That was in response to Vixen. Sorry. I got to stick to the rules. I have an attorney. Mysterious Vixen. I'm not just here to win. I'm a huge fan of yours. I have one at least. And I like listening to your voice. I would be here no matter what, as long as I'm able to be. And I much appreciate that. I'm going to put a little heart myself in that. All right. Good times. Let's go. Let's see if we have any movement in the DK. And I'm a little disappointed in all of you, except for Mysterious Vixen. All right. Oh, actually, Mysterious Vixen, you might be the only one here right now. All right. We'll do the next game when I see that there's more people here. All right. Like I said, I enjoy people coming in for the live show. I stick around for as long as you possibly can. I would actually be doing this to 0 people because primarily what I like to do is cut these up for shorts. I'll admit, oh crap, I'm not even recording yet, am I? Now I started recording. What was I talking about? See how quickly? All right, I started recording because, no viewers. I cut this up for shorts, and my shorts get a hell of a lot more views than my pants do, my long videos do. So we'll hopefully, be able to get 3 or 4, 5 dozen, and I'll sporadically throw those out. I haven't really posted a lot of them just because much of this is kind of dry. Again, this is like a hangout. It's not really a podcast, you know. I'm basically bribing you to come hang out with the possibility of winning some money. Would be happy to do it. If I won 1.4 million, shelling out 5 grand. I mean, I swear to God, as soon as that hits my frickin' DraftKings account, well, I gotta wait for a check. Um, if it works the same as like I've taken withdrawals from DraftKings before. I assume they're just gonna dump it into your account. Then you have to ask for a withdrawal, even at large of a payment. Maybe they'll do something. Maybe they'll do a wire transfer for you. I'm sure they will and charge you $60 for it. But yeah, once that hits the account, that'll be a fun show. We'll do that live. We'll do that live. Not showing banking information, but maybe we'll get the winner on. Holy shit! Freaking won a bunch of fucking cash. This is great. Uh, Start a new video. What happened? Getting an error message, folks. Hang on a second. Video is getting too large. See? Apparently, I've been recording. Bear with me. All right, you know what? I'm just going to shut this off. Apparently, I've been recording on my other PC, and so I'm going to have a massive file to delete. God damn. All right. Did I get the last point across? Because I'm going to start forgetting my topics. Yeah, shorts. That's my main goal. All right. Did I do this yet? No, I don't think so. We're going to go here to refresh. Let's refresh the page. Basically, what we're looking for is more ones and twos. I don't think we're going to get any more ones. We're looking for additional twos. So we're currently still at the 3. Boop, boop, boop. And I'd like to see 4. Can we get up to 4 now? I mean, can we? Can we do that? Not yet. See, I had the next thing to go into, next segment, was to look at these individual. Well, I suppose we could do that. I wanted to do it as additional teams came into play, but you know what we'll do? We're just going to go into the lineups, and I'll show you what I am dealing with. That's the wrong screen. That's the screen I want. Okay, so this first one here is the Millionaire, all right? And it currently is showing that I am 15, 25, 35, just under 40 points out. Clicking the roster update, I see I now have guys filling in nicely into the lineup here. We're going to refresh this altogether, though, because I think these point totals changed. Yes. So there we go. All right. So as you can see here, we have... Can I move this up a little bit and still see everything? There we go. I have... okay, so now I'm 4th place here, right? And you need to move up into 2nd. And 1832, 1850. So it's 20, what's that? 20 points, 18, about 18 points out. Still in the ballpark. I mean, so in the ballpark. We're there. I mean, we're at second base. We hit a double. You just need to score. Yeah, so that would be good. All right, so let's take a look at the players here and see who's actually performing. So we got our Joe Burrow first half. He's got 12 points, 12.76. This is a very good score. This means he's on pace for about 25, a little over 25. North of, as the Himalayans say. Josh Gibbs. Is it Josh Gibbs? I think it is Josh Gibbs. Jamar Gibbs. Who's Josh Gibbs? I know there's a Josh Gibbs somewhere in my life. He's already played, got me a solid. I mean, it's not solid isn't even the word. 37 is meteoric. That is a phenomenal score. I mean, that's practically almost two players worth of decent scoring. So well done. Tony Pollard. We are midway through the second. He's got 14.7. He's doing excellent. This is getting close to Gibbs's performance at this point. So yeah, keep going, Tony. Shakir out of Buffalo. He's got 8.1 with 2 minutes to go in the second. That's yeah, okay. Yeah. You kind of want to have 10 in the first half. Shows you're on the pace for 20, and you really want 25. I really want 25 out of each guy. That's what I really want. Take 20. Absolutely, you'll take 20. And then anything less than that, now you're hoping for your Tony Pollards and your Jamar Gibbs of the world to, get your fat out of the fire. Zay Flowers. 6 minutes to go in the first half as well. He's got 6.7. Yeah, it's a little subpar. So I need to pick that up, Zay. Zay, what do you say, Zay? You know what I'm saying? And then Iosvis. See, I don't know how to pronounce any of these names because I don't watch television. I don't watch network TV at all, and so unless I hear a broadcaster say the name, I probably don't know how to pronounce it. As a matter of fact, when I go to my folks' places for like Christmas time, we'll be watching football. It's like the first time I've seen a football game probably all year, and they'll say a guy's name, and then I'll turn around and go, Samsonite! I was way off. That happens like all the time watching football. It's like, that's what that guy's name is. Ferguson also played. What's his name again? Jake Ferguson played on Thursday, did an 11.8. Yeah. That's not gonna cut it. So he needs to be replaced. And then finally my flex position is James Cook the third. And this just straight out blows. He was more than likely my first or second draft pick. Probably my second round draft pick for this particular roster of players. So this is deplorable. 4.8. I expect him. He's one of the dudes that I expect to get 20 minimum every single week, and even that has been kind of a. Well, actually, he's done good. Week 1, I know you can't see it. Actually, let me just hide myself, and you'll be able to see it. Started off gangbusters, 21.2, 29.5, 23.8. These are all great scores. Cooled off a bit. Took a couple of weeks off before the bye. Then came back in roaring fashion, 36.6, a little bit of a dip for a couple of weeks, and then back to where you want him to be. So yeah, I really, really think he should be doing much, much better. Why did I lose my background? Background disappeared. That is odd. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm dozing off here. All right. It's the THC, guaranteed. I just literally just zoned out. Espresso, THC. Big fan. All right, so there you have it. And this is for the Millionaire. So we are going to keep our fingers crossed there. This one, I was a mere few points out. So we're going to do our roster update. Damn, that is not a whole lot of change there. Let's do... That is totally not what I planned on doing. That should refresh it. Yeah. All right. So I was a few points out. Now I'm about 20, almost 22 points out. So not good. Not good. I think, though, yeah. Well, okay. Josh Johnson here. Is his name Josh? It's probably not Josh. Juwan. Sorry. Juwan Johnson. He's shit in the bed. Rogers is doing okay, and Etienne Jr. for Jacksonville's doing all right. So, all right, there's might be hope for this roster. Fingers crossed there. But yeah, looking at a 20-point deficit there. All right, this one was a bit of a long shot going into today, about 75, 85 or so out. Refreshing my roster. See, I've got Aaron Rodgers here again. That's why it's a big deal that Aaron Rodgers does well. I've got Etienne Jr. here again as well. All right, having these two boys do very well is kind of huge. Is this the same one? No, holy crap! I got McCaffrey as well. He's not playing, but I didn't realize I had all three guys on the same roster. Okay, Metcalf is doing quite well. Thank you, sir. Nice little stack there with Rodgers and Metcalf. Pittman, you need to pick it up. Brown plays later. Kyle Pitts. Yeah, he's doing all right. Okay, all right. We'd like to get you in the end zone, though. That'll be cool. Porta is on IR. Don't know why it's not listed. He didn't come off of IR, did he? Back has undergone surgery. Head coach described his chances of returning this year as very, very slim. Yeah, I don't know why he's not been placed on IR. Well, at least according to DraftKings. All right, so it is what it is there. Again, we need some things to happen because I am chasing about 85 points there. And again, this is the last week. It's last week. All right, and then finally, this one going into it, I'm about 40 points out. Updating our roster, we see, well, let me do this too. 40 points has now become 45 points. Going in the wrong direction. All right, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, Jones Sr. from Minnesota suck. CeeDee Lamb did well. Hope you're doing all right, my friend. He got hurt in that Thursday night game. Michael Pittman, crap. Jones, he's out. That sucks because he was a late pick for me in the draft, and he's had some shining moments. All right, well, we got a roster update, so I might as well click that because something may change here. Yep, our tight end did, our flex did change. Kyle Pitts Sr., 8.3, fine. Step it up. I think I said that already. And Okonkwo. Onkonkwo. Emphasis. Slobble. 4.1. So that's gotta step up. So yeah, there it is. That's how many points I'm out. And again, these are the ones that I am not currently in a placed position. The ones and the twos I was already in, these are not it. I didn't want to concentrate on the ones that I was already in. Thought that was bad mojo for the whole thing. So, all right. So let's just do, before I leave this screen, let's do a refresh to get totals. 37. So this is now turning into about 13 out. Cool. Second one. 22 out, but I did move up to third on this because I don't think I was in third place before. So 20. So we got 13 out, 22 out. Ugh, this one's dead. I'm putting this one last. I think that one's gonna be dead. This one is. Yeah, this one's still about 55 or so out, which is that one. I think 55 at this point. I think is a long shot. This deep in the game, we're getting end of the first halves. We're losing opportunity. The daylight is becoming quite dim. All right, so yeah, 85. This is the last one, 85, right? So if 85 going to improve, I think I just did this. No. Oh shit! Actually, it did improve. 20. That one's about 40, 60. Ooh, we got another roster update. Look at that. Oh, I see what it did. All right. So what happened there is somebody probably had their first touch and got dragged down for a loss. Became negative points. They updated the roster because McCaffrey's going to have a 0. And then the system realized, well, negative number is less than 0, and then put McCaffrey back in. Unless they said no play. Maybe they said no play. Nope, there he is. Oh, he fumbled it. Even worse. Fuck you, Tootin. I think he made my lineup maybe once this entire season. All right. Well, maybe this isn't as dismal as I thought. So what do I say? This was 40, 50, 60. It's about 60. This is 55. This is 22 and 13. So 3 that I think have a shot. 1, fitty. Yeah, it's not even fitty. That's kind of rough. That's kind of rough. All right, let's go look at my parlay. As a reminder, there it is. There's my parlay. All right, let's look at her in all of her glory. All right, second quarter, 3 minutes to go in the Titans-Browns game. I need under 33.5, and it's at 24. The game's going to go over 50. This is why I only bet $5. 5. Well, that's it. Parlay's over. So thanks for playing. Appreciate that very, very much. And I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. We'll maybe that'll be my MO. I'll put something in. I'll put in some sort of bet every time I go live on this. I'm not a huge gambler. I like gambling on like when Thanksgiving rolled around, right? I love doing it when it's a special occasion. I had, Brad there. We kicked ass, right? We split. We actually split the winnings, which was $161. That was each, so it was $322 total because we hit 2, lost 1, came to a $322 profit. I actually went to the Sahara, right, with $300. That was my gambling budget, and came home with 240. So that's a win, because you expect to lose all of it. As long as you don't go below 0, right? $300 down 0, that means you're in budget. Came home with 240. That means you were 240 over budget, $60 net loss, faux show, but it is budget positive. Budget positive. All right, let's go back to the games. Let's go through the scores. The Browns have now scored again. They are now beating the Titans 17-14. Steelers are ahead of the Ravens, 17-3. Jaguars are maintaining their lead over the Colts, 21-10. Jaguars have the Colts' number. They always do. I don't know why the Colts cannot beat the Jaguars. Vikings 14-0 over the Commanders. The Bengals continuing their lead, continue to maintain their lead at halftime. 21-11 over the Bills. And then the Dolphins have scored 24 points, but the Jets have cracked the egg, as it were. 24-7. The Jets are trailing 2 minutes to go in the second half. The Seahawks and the Falcons are tied at halftime, 6-6. Should have taken the under in that, some bitch. And then we have the Saints and the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are winning 10-7. Later on, we're going to have the Broncos at Raiders, Rams at Cardinals, Bears at Packers. That's going to be the game of the week, I think, right there. I think that game might end 60-9. There literally could be over 80 points scored in there. I don't know why I didn't put that in my over-under, or in my parlay, that is. I should have replaced it with that fucking Browns-Titans garbage. Titans are at Chiefs for Sunday Night Football, and then tomorrow you can tune in live again. I'll actually try to watch that game, and you know what? That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm actually going to legit try to do like what those clowns do on the reaction videos. Like I think as it's on. Oh, I might not get it because it's on ESPN, right? Do I get ESPN on that? Yeah, I don't think I have. I don't think I've got a dish. I've got Dish Fiber, but it's like a cheapy Dish Fiber thing because my HOA pays for it. If I want to get all the bonus channels, I got to call them and pay for them. But I think I might. I'll research that. I'll research that tomorrow morning. But if I can find the game somewhere, I'll pop it on there, and I'm going to be awful at it. But hey. Thanks for tuning in. All right. So yeah, that's tomorrow. Eagles at Chargers for Monday Night Football. Good times. All right. I need to make a sandwich, and since I see that there's nobody watching right now, I am going to take advantage of that. Can I do that? Yeah, let me never mind. Sorry. I'm quite stoned. Actually, yeah, the coffee, the 200 mils are. That is very cold. 200 mils are gone. Okay. So, not a whole lot of viewers. I'm going to hold off on doing. Actually, I was going to use that as my go-to segment for when things, kind of slow down in here. But since there's only one person viewing, I'm sure that's Mysterious Vixen. I am going to hold off on doing Cards Against Humanity. I'm going to wait until there's at least 3 people. That way we can have a little bit of a discussion. And again, well, it's pointless to tell you, Mysterious Vixen. You already know. If I chuckle because of your answer to any of the Cards Against Humanity, you're going to get a bonus raffle ticket. I'm sure you're wondering what the tallies are. Like, if it is indeed you that you're Mysterious Vixen's watching right now, you may not have been keeping track, or maybe you have been keeping track and you're waiting to hear me say what the number is so you can say, hey, yeah, I think I have like 40 more than what you said. Yeah, I'm going to do that for next week. I'll have that ready for next week. No, well, yeah, I'll have it. You know what? I will have it ready for next week because I'll have to announce again what the criteria is for getting a raffle ticket starting in week 15 of the NFL season because I want to reward those who have been here from the beginning. And now that people know that there is a chance that I could win a bunch of cash, again, slim to none. I don't want them jumping in late to the party and have, the same advantage as everyone else did. So I want to be sure that the early folks get get as many as as they can, and then starting next week, we'll have the rules come in, and they have to go boop 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 just to get one for that week, and we'll do one for week 15, which is round 2. We'll do one for week 16, which is round 3, and that's it because round 17 it's over. Or week 17 is the final week. So after week 16, we'll shut the spigot off. I'll have all the totals in, and we'll do something really cool to figure out who the winner is. I'm a fan of Chat Sports, the channel on YouTube. They do a lot of reaction videos to football games, and so I like watching those guys. Really watch them per se. I have it on the background so I know something's happening. It's kind of, I treat it like a radio, like Mysterious Vixen. You were saying earlier that you're probably just going to listen, right? All right. So this probably sounds somewhat like a radio show. Probably a really, really shitty radio show. But yeah, I enjoy watching those guys, and when they do their raffles and whatnot, they have like this race. They have like a wheel. They do a wheel and they spin the wheel and it lands on something. But they have like a full-on race, and they enter in all the names, and then when they press go, all the names are put onto the board, and you have like maybe it's Santa and a reindeer, maybe it's a bunch of ducks, maybe it's different woodland creatures that are just on this race track going to the finish line. And when they get there, bang, one person is slated the winner, and that person's going to go away with 5% of whatever I win in round 4, week 16. So what we're going to hope is what we got to hope is that I still have something there. So what will occur, probably, I'll have to work through this a little bit, but what will occur is, let's move it back over to DK. What will occur is out of these games, I have to, again, next week, you'll all one of yous will come back to see how I'm doing in the, in what's called round 2. And I've got to finish in first place. I have to finish in first place. Otherwise, it's over. So you'll literally be sitting here taking a look at either my success or my abject failure. And it's, again, I'm cautiously optimistic, because it's fun to be at least a little optimistic. But yeah, I tell you what, if those other matches that I was out of it, what was another 3 or 4 of them, if I keep keep that one that I was worried about of the 3 that I have right now, and 2 of the other 4 minimum, they bump up, I'll feel really good. I think I think the chances of cashing anything actually goes up considerably at that point. I really, really do. I think they say you should aim for 20%. I believe I read that somewhere. They say if you get 20% of your lineups get into a playoff picture. You're on pace. And right now I have 3 out of 12, which is 25%. And there were 4 matches, that that were teetering a little bit. So I mean if 3 of those matches can bump up, 3 of those contests can bump up, that's 6. That puts me at 50%. 50% of my matches have moved on. So again, long shot for sure. I went early today because I thought, again, let's see what's happening here, and things will cook around, or cooking along here. And if I listen when the 4 o'clock games start, I'll stay on. I'll stay on going through the late games. I'm a different time zone, so I gotta make sure. I still call them 4 o'clock games because I grew up on the East Coast, even though the 4 o'clock games are actually 1 o'clock games for me. But 1 o'clock games are actually the early games for the East Coast. So I say 1 o'clock games and 4 o'clock games. I'm generally going to be saying, if you ever hear me say it and I don't correct myself, I'm talking about the Eastern time zone. Even though I'm in the Pacific time zone, I'm probably never gonna get over that. But in any case, yeah. So next week I'll do the same thing. Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, it's going to be early game because it's 1 week. Each round's only 1 week, so I'll plan on going. I'll plan on going all day next week. God damn, that's going to be rough. Maybe it's a good thing I am jacked up on caffeine and whatever with the THC shots, because I'm a guy. Look, I'm a guy who likes naps. I'm a huge fan of naps. I really, really like them, and I'm in a position now. Whenever I feel tired, I can just go to sleep. I can just do it. All right, I think we're in halftime in a lot of these. Oops, I went too far. In a lot of these matches, halftime, approaching halftime, third quarter. I don't see any score changes. All right, so we'll pass on that. We'll go into lineups. Let's see if we can follow a player. We'll follow a player. Let's go to, this is the Millionaire. This is the one I would really like to move up. And, oh my goodness. This is, okay, well, I don't know if you saw it there, folks, but Burrow has just gotten bounced by our good friend. How do you pronounce his first name? Shador Sanders. He must have thrown a touchdown pass. He's thrown two touchdown passes. Look at you go. That's a treat. Did not expect that. He's on pace to score nearly 35 points, and that's huge coming out of him. Did I have Rodgers as well in this one? I do. I have Aaron Rodgers in this one as well. So my quarterbacks are actually performing rather well, like all of them. Do I have a fourth quarterback? Stroud, who plays tonight. All right. I can dig it. I can dig that very, very much. I'm actually very excited about that. All right, so keep going, man. And, he's one of those, he's still in showboat mode, right? Young kid, rookie, chip on his shoulder. Got a lot to prove. Bam. Keep going. I actually think these are the best numbers he's had all year. Let's actually look at this. I think he's got 2 touchdown passes, 180 passing yards, 22 rushing yards. That's done in the first half. His previous games, he's had 47 yards, 209. So in week 12, he did have more passing yards, 209, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And then in week 13, he had 149 yards. So he's already got the second highest passing yards total. First, and he's only played one half. He's already beaten his touchdown total in a single game with 2. Sanders may have 4 touchdowns thrown this game. Does this guy run? Is he a rusher? Did I look at that? Here it is. Not much. All right, 360. Okay, that's not. All right, he's not focusing on it. I think he might have some legs. Whew. All right. Anyway, that means this is probably updated. No. 43 to 65. So now I'm chasing. What's that? A 22 again? Shit. All right, it's still going the wrong direction. Eesh. All right, good times on that one. All right, let's look at this one. We were chasing 22. Yep, Sanders. I had Sanders in this one as well. Let's refresh the page to see if the 22 improved. It sure did. It sure did. I am now chasing what? 8.5, 8.125 rather. All right, that's huge. That's definitely going in the right direction. This one, maybe I just need to do that. That's probably what I just need to do. Just refresh the page. It should be fine. All right, this one's still a bit out, about 50, 52. It's going to be rough. 50. I think at this point, if I'm north of 40, if I'm North Dallas 40, I'm dead meat. Finally, on this one, where we did see a marked improvement, updating. Don't have Sanders in this one. And yeah, 40, 50, and now it's back to 60 again. So this the 334. This can be a sumbitch. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. All right, so what's worse now? So this is 40, 50, 60. This is 50. That's a little bit better than that one. This one's rather good, getting there. And this is the millionaire one. So I want to have that one. Want this one first in the hopper. I know you can't see it. I'm going from tab to tab. This is the first tab. So we'll keep on the millionaire one as we go back and forth. So, all right, let's go to the chat and see who my friend is. Is still one? Yep, still one. Producer Mike, I came up with this snack mix of my own plain M&Ms, Reese's Pieces, vanilla marshmallow bits, and Raisinets. And for the salt kick, sunflower kernels. Yeah, I like all of those. I'd probably skip the Raisinets. I actually didn't even like Raisinets as a kid. And it's kind of, I don't know. I wasn't a huge raisins fan. They always got caught in my teeth as a kid, and I hated that. So I just kind of avoided them. Vanilla marshmallow bits, I can dig that. Reese's Pieces are the bomb. Plain M&Ms, I mean, they're good, right? It's chocolate. I mean, you can't go wrong there, but need a little action with my chocolate. So that's why I usually go with either the peanut M&Ms, which is generally my go-to. But I have gotten the almond ones before too. They're just usually on the expensive side because almonds are not cheap. All right. If I was a good Santa, I would give the bad kids the raw veggies, but I'm a naughty girl, Mrs. Santa, and I would give them, instead of coal, I would give them castor oil. I know I took that at least I physically remember taking it at least once. I know I must have taken it several times as a kid. My mom would shove that stuff down my throat, and it was just the most terrible thing because to this day I get I get emotional when I have to throw up. It's really a thing. You know, I pull muscles. It's terrible. So man, I just never have been a fan of throwing up and would avoid it at all costs. If I was one of those people that I'm not anymore. If I feel like I'm going to throw up, I'm just like, yeah, let's get this over with. I want it done. But pretty much up through my 30s, mid 40s, I would fight. I would fight throwing up, even if it took an hour. I would go through all that whole dog and pony show just to avoid doing it. Now I don't. Um, but yeah. So I think that all maybe my trauma for throwing up may have started as a kid because they give you castor oil. Now you know it's coming, right? You know it's coming. You know, mom gave you the castor oil. It's not like you're going to fight it at that point. You know, that thing's got it's got a job to do. I'm done typing now. I'm just listening. Cool. Red rum. I don't like Vegemite. I thought you said you're done typing, and then the next like 9 of them are from you. I know. It's addicting. It's absolutely addicting. I'm tempted to type myself. So, kidding. All right, producer Mike, would you like to use my Prime Video account? All right. I've got one. They have Thursday night football, but they don't have Monday night football. Um, so yeah, I've got to figure out how to find ESPN because I believe they are the ones that have Monday Night Football. It had sports worthier. I like it or not. It had sports worthier. I like it or not. Laugh out loud. Probably was talking about the game. Yeah. Um, I'm still here. Not keeping track. Early bird needs to get the worm. Well, I mean, what's the taste in your mouth, I guess? Not exactly a radio show, but I much enjoy the conversation. Yeah, well, basically, you're listening to a schizophrenic, at least, visually, someone just talking to themselves. 'Cause that's essentially what I'm doing. I'm trying to basically talk to myself. I just don't answer myself. So I'm rude. I'm rude to myself. I'll say things and then I just won't respond to myself. I'll just keep talking. It's a one-sided conversation I'm having with myself and putting it on blast. It's a sure sign of all sorts of mental illnesses that I'm certain that I do have. So naps, yeah, I think I might have been taking a nap during the last movement. I think that's why I missed it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Jay reached out and said that there were a few folks that didn't see the notification or couldn't see the show or something. So I went to my personal account to see if I could see it, and I'm like, yeah. Also confirmed that I liked the video and hit the notification bell and subscribed, and I did all those things. But I saw everything that I think it was you in the tent gang. Someone in the tent gang couldn't see it. Don't know. I don't know what would cause that. I could see everything. I made sure there wasn't any restrictions. Made sure I didn't accidentally ban somebody. Didn't think I don't even know how to do that. I think I know how. I think I know how to figure it out, but I've never done that. Didn't have to. So I think there are a few people are banned, but I didn't do it. Would have been something Steve did. I have Peacock and Netflix and everything. Yeah, I've got Paramount. I've got Amazon Prime, Paramount. I subscribe to YouTube Premium so I don't get commercials when I watch videos on YouTube. And then I have I subscribe to one account. I'm sorry, I'm a member of one channel on YouTube, Perry Caravella Live. I don't know if you've ever caught Perry Caravel Live. You probably heard me talk about it a million times, but oh, so funny. So funny. All right. Well, I'd be talking to you. Yeah. Yeah. Format, someday I guarantee you, they're working on a format where you could just have one of your members, right? If you have it set up that way, one of your members can, like, I know chat is a thing, but maybe they'll have like, it'll be like video chat. They'll make it so much easier to bring in somebody else, right? If for the movement, Jay is brought in via the what's called a collab cam on Streamlabs. So he just logs in via a link. It pops in. We sort everything, and boom, we've got the show. But YouTube, I guarantee they're working on it. I'm certain of it that they'll make the production side of things much easier. So now you can bring in this is distracting. I apologize. I did a new thing here where I could see the outgoing stream, and now it's just popping up in my face. And it's distracting. You know how, like, if you're wearing headphones and you're talking and you're hearing your audio back and it's off just by a little bit, it completely throws you? Yeah. For me, it works with my eyes as well. Um, so yeah. What was I talking about? What was I talking about? Oh yeah. Perry Caravello. Yes. So talked about a million times. I subscribe to that as well, and that keeps all of and for budget purposes, my Amazon Prime account, which I get it. I get it for the ordering and the overnight and 1 day shipping, 2 day shipping, whatever the hell it is. I actually got that account for that service. That actually is helpful to me, especially when I was podcasting with Steve. Whenever I needed a piece of equipment or a wire, I could generally get it overnight or within a day, which made it very convenient. So I add that to my entertainment budget because of Prime Video. Prime Video is included with it, and putting all of that I pay most of my stuff. I pay on an annual basis. If I can pay annual, I do so. So with Amazon is annual, Amazon Prime, I'm sorry, YouTube Premium is monthly, and then all the YouTube shit is monthly. So I think that was about it. I think this is one thing I'm just paying annually, but looking at that on a monthly basis, it ends up being less than $50 a month, and $50 is what I use as it's kind of my budget level. To go over that, it would have to be a very special circumstance, and I really doubt that another channel will pop up at this point that I am just absolutely in love with. I mean, the only reason why I have Paramount Plus is for South Park. That's the only thing I watch on there. If I'm jonesing for a movie and I have not gone to Paramount Plus in a while, I'll skim through to see what they have. But I rarely find something that I want to watch. Plenty of stuff that I have watched, and it's great. But, movies. There are a couple of Landman. Again, syllables, emphasis. That's a good series, and I started it. I believe I may not even be through season 1 yet. I think I might have a couple episodes left to go in season 1, and then season 2. I think season 2 is out. I think season 3 might be out. No, I might have that wrong. But anyway, I've got a full season, and I use that term very loosely. Full season. All these internet streaming shows. Remember the good old days when a show used to be 24, 26 episodes in a season? Now it's what, 10, 8? They really want you coming back for more, I guess. But anyway, good on them. Um, let's go back over here and take a look at see if anything moved up. Still hanging with these three. I'm not imagining, it was kind of close on a couple. It was just one. So if anything's gonna pop it would only be one. And I'm almost afraid. I mean, we could, that's what we could do. We could look at the other three that I'm in, but I'm just afraid that that one that was just on the cusp is now sitting under a point, and that would just be heartbreaking to me. But let's take a look here. Refresh it. All right, status quo. Status quo. Yeah, I can't look. Let's just leave well enough alone. First place, again, I know that's solid. One of these twos is gonna break my heart. I hope not, but it probably is. And then of these threes and fours, and one of the fives, or both of the fives, of that group, three of them are looking, it may be the late games that decide this, folks. We may have to, I may just have to stay on. This is gonna, again, I try not to be boring. If I run out of stuff to talk about, I try not to force this stuff. Also, I'm a little cranky because I'm not really on a full-on diet, but I decided that I needed to ease off on snacking so much. So I've skipped on the snacks, even for this show, and that's something I could be doing. It's like, well, he's not talking, but he's eating. That's always fun to watch, right? I'm trying to drop a little bit of weight before Christmas. I'm a fucking fat ass. I really need to I gotta get out more for sure, but my knees hurt so much. But yeah, I gotta do that. I'm drinking more water. Should probably do that. People keep reminding me to drink water. Oh, that's good. I live in the desert, folks. Got to stay hydrated. And yeah, so I wanted to drop a couple before Christmas. I'm scared to announce it, so I'm not. But I'm thinking of kind of putting myself out there, like like maybe on the movement, and literally saying to Jay, "Hey Jay, totally doing this weight loss thing. Challenge myself, whatever. I got to lose 10 pounds a month or whatever. By 420, I want to be under 210 pounds. 200 before I retired, that was the weight I was using as my benchmark. I wanted to be in the 190s, right? If I hit 200, a red flag would go up. So now I bumped that up to 210. All right. So if I could lose, I'm about 230, 240, 235. If I could lose 25 pounds, 30 pounds, which I think is totally doable between now and 420, I will be happy. So, yeah. Yeah, just it is. I just want to fit. I've got a lot of cool old clothes that I don't fit in anymore. Like, some pretty cool jeans. I'd like to get in those jeans again. Even though I live in the desert, it gets cold at night, especially this time of year. It was like in the 30s this morning. I swear to God, it gets into the 30s at overnight. So, yeah, look better in clothes. Doctor doesn't say I'm particularly unhealthy. He's actually kind of surprised I'm not pre-diabetic. I think he's surprised I'm not diabetic, but he's very surprised I'm not pre-diabetic. But dodge that bullet. Whew. All right, so we're good there. Let's take a look and see if we've got some improvements on our lineup. All right, so the page is up. All right, so we are in our millionaire. Baker Mayfield has moved himself into the mix. What's going on here? Did I have? Oh, right, because Hertz is going to be right. All right, Hertz is I think is my number one QB. Though Mayfield is doing much better than Hertz this year. All right, so he's doing okay. I like to see a little bit more out of Mayfield. Etienne Jr. Yeah. Excellent. All right, so 16. I'm sorry. That's not even me. I'm sorry. I know I have Mayfield in a lineup. And Jesus Christ. I'm high, folks. Hi there. All right, so it looks like I'm still about 22 out. Players are doing okay. Pollard, keep it going. Keep it going. See, this is like when I get to 20, that's pretty much bonus points if they can get over 20. But also remember they're making up for their friends down here that are fucking up the whole party. You know what I mean? So, yeah, keep it going strong. Keep it going strong. Actually, you know what? That's what we can look at. Let's see what we have going on at the later games. McConkey plays Monday for me. He's good, but he's been kind of shit in the bed. See, he's kind of hit or miss. He'll get me my 20s, but then it's like every other week. It's like good, bad, good. Well, I mean, that's not terrible, but good, not so good, good, not so good. And then he had his bye week. So Lad McConkey, hopefully he bucks the trend and he comes back shooting on all cylinders. So we got him later. We got another quarterback playing Sunday night. This guy doesn't do anything. Yeah, he's not going to do anything for me. Shipley isn't going to do anything for me. No. And Gallicatera might as well be the fucking guy holding the frickin' Microsoft Surface tablets for the head coach. Not a lot of snaps. All right, so that's what we're looking at for the millionaire. About 22 out. So looks like we're going in the wrong direction there. All right, we were about 8 out here. There's no update, really? All right. Good. Decent enough. Let's go. Worthy plays Sunday night. Johnson, okay. He's steady if nothing else. If he gets me 15, I'll be okay. I'll be happy with it. Bowers is also a tight end, so if he does well, he'll probably pop up the tight end, and then that'll open up our flex position. And then as far as later on, as we said, Xavier Worthy's going on tonight. Bowers for the later games. Purdy's on a bye. Golden is questionable. So who knows if he plays. Get Stroud going tonight. Later games. We got a running back. What's going up here? Yeah, we got to replace McCaffrey anyway. So we need a running back. He should do hopefully okay. Bye week. He's gonna do shit. He'll do shit. And Lockett, believe it or not, is gonna do shit. He hasn't done really much. He even got a 20. The highest he ever got was a 10.2. That was 2 weeks ago. Disappointing. All right, so work needs to be done there, but it can happen. It can happen. Next, we have to deal with some people, right? Slappy and Biggie Stacks. But we are. Let's just see if this improves. Is that improving? It did improve. All right, I probably should have done that. Let's make sure we're refreshing. Refreshing drink. 52, 70, so that's about 20 out. This one is about 8 out or so. This one. Ooh, did I not do this one? I think I did. No, I did not. And this shithole fucking got in front of me. So now I'm 14 out in that one. Wrong direction. Refreshing this screen, and we see 35, 45, almost 50 now. That's not good. And then this one, I mean, this one needs to start really pumping up if it has a chance. Yeah, 40. I mean, Christ, this isn't looking good. I think my best bet is just to hope for the best. See, this one, this is the Millionaire one here. This one is not. It has 25 or so. What is it? Or 20 rather? Yeah, all right. $20 and $14. Yeah. So at the conclusion of the early games, which is when I think I'm going to wrap this up, wrap the stream up, that is, we still got about another good hour, another hour to go. We'll do a final recap of where I'm at. And again, if you are highly interested, and let's take a look. Let's do the criterias. It's only 2 years. If I saw it bump up to 5, we might have had some new people, and I would re-explain it. But yeah, just look at the beginning of this stream, and you will see what the criteria is for getting a raffle ticket. It's pretty easy, just off the top of my head. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Producer Mike. Let's just bring it up. I think I have it. Do I have it on this one? Yeah. Rules. All right. So yeah, like this video. Oh yeah, send something into the chat, in the live chat. So if someone hasn't done that, do that. Subscribe to this channel and subscribe to the Producer Mike channel, which is Producer Mike JSP. Easy peasy. Maybe it's Maybelline. Don't know. Let's take a look at those games. Let's give you an update on the scores. It's been a while. I think since halftime. All right, that means I need to bring it up on this screen over here. And we do see that the Titans and the Browns are still at, I bet you, no, I know it's refreshing. Okay. Browns are beating the Titans 17-14. The Steelers are ahead of the Ravens 20-16. That is at what? Titans and Browns are at 31. Believe it or not, my parlay is still alive. But all I need is any score other than a safety or one of those freaky one-pointers, kick one-point. Isn't there a fruity little one-point kick someone can make? I think there's something that they can do. Anyway, yeah, other than that, I'm screwed. So I need to see basically just ineptness, and I don't necessarily really want that. I really Sanders, quarterback, Browns. We went through this. He can throw. Yeah, go. I'm willing to give up the $5 for the chance to win the million. Good. Steelers head to the Ravens 2016. The Jaguars. This was an easy game. Frickin', I should have taken the Jaguars in the over. 28-13 over the Colts. Vikings are slaughtering the Commanders. They are commanding nothing. 24-0. The Bills are making a game of it now, at least. Bengals are winning 21-18. The Dolphins are ahead of the Jets 24-7. Falcons winning 23-6 over the. I'm sorry, the Seahawks are beating the Falcons 23-6. Bucks over the Saints 17-14. And there's a look of our late games right there, which I will be more than likely making a sandwich and watching this in bed. Because, again, I need to take a nap. Feeling tired. At least that's what I think it is. I think I could nap. The 200 milligrams is smoothing out a little bit. I was a little amped up right at the offset. Now it's 200 mils have kind of flowed through every nook and cranny, and everyone's enjoying themselves. All right. Good times, good times. Hope the audio on the ambient music isn't obnoxious. I'm looking forward to seeing how that turned out. But I do like the ambient piano music. I'm using it on almost every show. Using it on the movement, using it on this program. You have to come up something for the Colonel's program. I mentioned that the Colonel is going to have his own show. It's a bit of an experiment more than it is a show. We're going to plan on having it regular every week. And we'll see how the Colonel does. I'm scared, to be honest. And if the Colonel's the other person watching this, well, sorry, Colonel. I just am. I'm a little frightened on what I'm going to get out of you because I'm envisioning you continuously asking me for stuff during the show. And it's all him. You're not getting producer Mike on this. It's the Colonel's show. It's going to be called Retreat. It's going to air at 5 o'clock Pacific. Therefore, the Retreat. Retreat's usually at 5 o'clock on military installations and other select venues. And the Colonel is going to have his opinion made. He's going to talk about his experience as a seasoned military soldier. He's going to talk about some stories and some things that he's gone through. And then what I'm most looking forward to, that is the chat. People are going to be able to engage with the Colonel, not unlike I engage with all of you on this program. We will be bringing in a chat box of sorts so that the Colonel can read it. And yeah, we're hoping that your questions and queries will be nothing short of riveting. We want to engage the Colonel in every way, shape, or form. Let's get every angle out. The things that we didn't learn from him on the Jessup Show podcast, we want to get out of him on Retreat with the Colonel. So that is coming in January. I believe it's debuting on the 7th. It's whatever that Thursday is. I think it's on Thursdays. Oh, no, maybe it's on Wednesday. No, I think it's on Thursday. So I think it's the 8th. I don't know. I haven't run any ads or even made any ads for it yet, so we'll figure it out then. It's either Thursday. I think it's either Wednesday or Thursday. I know it's not on Friday because I can't do Fridays starting in 2026. That is going to be a down day for me. At least it will be eventually. My down days during football season are today and Saturday. I want 2 full days of not having to do anything. I mean, obviously I'm doing this, but I don't do any technical stuff out of this. After this show ends, I cut it down, shut it down, lights off, and we go on to the next phase of the day. The other days of the week, I'm actually doing stuff. Come over here. Um, I may work on shorts for this program if I know that something would be particularly interesting. Again, I don't do make shorts for the sake of making shorts. Plus, the thing that I make shorts out of, the software that I use, that actually costs me freaking money. So every time I use it, I'm using credits that I have purchased. So if I'm putting in stuff in it and then I end up not even using it, I'm just wasting my time. So trying to avoid that. Uh so yeah, days end up shifting and I end up wanting to take Fridays or use Fridays for other things. And yeah, and besides, Colonel's not fucking in charge of this freaking channel. I am. He shows up when I tell him to show up. He may be a colonel, and his general is definitely. I mean, his mom may have the 4 stars, but there's certainly at least 3 over here, at least as far as he's concerned. Anyway, let's take a peek and see if we have any roster changes. That is the button I'm looking to see. All right, so nothing on the Millionaire. Let's do a refresh. Gained a point. 25, 24, about 24 out. And this match, the Millionaire about 24 out. 20, this is about 18 out of one of the cheaper ones, but hey, nonetheless, we want to get in there. Refreshing game number 3 here. Jesus Christ, 36 now. Man alive. Yeah, 4 o'clock's gonna be dismal, and this one's still hanging at 40. Let's see if we have an improvement. Give me an improvement. All right, a little bit of improvement. 36, 37, about 37 points out. That elusive second place. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, let's go check out the chat once again. How many people we got? We got 3 people. Cool. We'll do a guard against humanity. So yeah, folks, I'm gonna read something off here and fill in the blank in the chat. Oh, there's 4 of you now. Beautiful. Everyone must know. Everyone's ears must have started getting red because they knew I was going to do another card. Here we go. This is a good one. All right, so put this into the chat, and then I will. I'll figure out where I left off. Matter of fact, let me figure out where I'm going to leave off right here. There we go. This is a good spot. All right, so put this into the chat. Fill in the blank. Oh, this was perfect. This is actually goes into my diet shit I was talking about. I'm not going to do this, but anyway, I'm going on a cleanse this week. Nothing but kale juice and blank. I'm going on a cleanse this week. Nothing but kale juice and blank. Put your answer in the chat. You will earn a bonus raffle ticket for the up to $5,000. Slim chance, right? But up to $5,000, you'll get an extra raffle ticket if you make me laugh out loud. Okay? And we'll get to those in a second. All right. In the chat, Mysterious Vixen has Paramount Plus on Prime. I bundle because it's cheaper. Yeah, well, I purchased Paramount Plus through Prime. I don't know if I'm getting a deal or not on it, but it's like $7 or something that I'm paying. I've got the ads, so I know I'm on the cheapest tier. Uh, trying to lose weight. Yep. Producer Mike. Mystery Fix. I'm a big girl. That's part of why I'm single. Part of the reason I do not bow down to men. Well, you shouldn't do that anyway. I'm confirmed bachelor. I ain't. I gave up. Uh, I decided a path many years ago, and it turned out saving me a shit ton of money. And yeah, no kids, no dependents. Just yeah, that's don't not even interested. You know, friends, family, Cavassier, weed. I just did not need a woman in my life. Didn't want to get married. Did not want to have kids. Just got there, and yeah, I'm good. Cheers. Oh boy, that might have been a mistake. Okay. Robert Connor, try running away from the green jeans to lose weight. Try running away from the green jeans to lose weight. Robert, have you seen me in pants that I'm unaware of? Oh, Mysterious Vixen. At the same time, I don't expect to have control. I don't expect to control them either. I don't like rules, and I don't like rules put on others. Yeah, I don't put rules on others. Yeah, because I never a thing with me anyway. Um, yeah, just yeah, whatever. Robert Connor, Tabit Cat keeps me in line and healthy. I have no doubt about that. Oh, Robert Connor, you probably weren't even talking to me. Now that these yeah, there's a lot of shit going on here. All right. Producer Mike, it's kicking your ass. Just lay here and talk to me. Robert Connor, I'm stoned with you, bro. Hell yeah, man. I am not feeling any pain. I took 200 millis of THC espresso that I added to my coffee earlier. Jacked that down in about 30 minutes. It was 1 cup. I should have put it back in the microwave because it got cold. But, whatever. What are you going to do? No deer hunting today. Weather related, I'm sure. Because otherwise, you'd be, checking out the wet meats. You need a party tent crew show for the show. Yes. 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 We'll work something out. Like I said, I'm doing something for the Colonel, and it's just the Colonel. I get him in, and he does his shit. I think there's something we can work out. Cable access style program. You guys sitting at a table, just like you called into the Jessup show, but just have some content. Just have some content. We'll do a pre-production thing. You tell me what you're going through. I'll have visuals, all that shit. Get a chat room up for you. I think we can do it. I just need to ease into this because I got to make sure I don't bite off more than I can chew. This show here isn't permanent, right? This is going to end once the regular season's over. So I'm not worried about this show, which just leaves the movement. Then I'll have the movement, and then I got retreat with the Colonel. I've got another show that's still in like wicked early development. Um, I want it. It's more of an interview show. So that's coming, but I again early stages, and again part of it is to get people to be interviewed, and yeah, that's basically the basically the roadblock right now. Um, and was that it for next year? Yeah. So anyway, show day. then there's pre-production, right, to go over shit. That's always on a day before. Then there's the show day, and then after that's the video day, right? So that's 3 days where I'm why did I do that? Where I'm encompassing things that I need to do. And I'm a retired guy, and I don't want to work 7 days a week. I'm trying to cut it down where I'm actually physically doing shit, show hosting with the movement with Jay, or show producing with the Colonel, and then all the video shit I got to do after that. I'm trying to compact that into like a 3 or 4 day period. Right now, all the shit I'm trying to do prepping for 2026, it's all done in a 5 day period. But again, I'm trying to enjoy my golden years, and it's very difficult. But yeah, let's talk turkey. Have you had any luck hunting this year? Mysterious Vixen. I'm sorry. Mysterious Vixen. I'm trying to get stoned, but my THC vapes are all out, and I have no gummies, and I am at the moment sick to get more, and I can't send my cousin to pick more up. She's gets the wrong kind. Yeah, I'd risk it. I'd roll the dice. Let the cousin go get it. Maybe be on a video call. And nah, they probably don't like that in dispensaries now that I think about it. Yeah, anyway, if I were in your shoes, I'd roll the dice. Yeah, get me something, because otherwise I'm gonna murder somebody. Then she asks Robert, have you had any luck hunting this year? He has gotten one so far. Fantastic. Wet meats. Wet meats. I've seen plenty of bobcats, coyote, and does. Robert has out in the wild. Robert, spin the wheel, Mike. Was that when I was talking about the contest? Might have been talking about the context there. Xlax. Well, that's definitely when I was talking getting sick. Yeah, Xlax is good. I'm a proponent of Pepto, but I'd rather have the milk of magnesia. I like that. I prefer that over Pepto. Um, but generally, a Tums will do the trick, and Tums has an excellent. It's relatively new, but they've got Tums that are essentially big Skittles, and they are delicious. They're a little dangerous to have in the house because they straight up taste like candy. Um, but it's a Skittle. It's got a hard, crunchy outside, which I believe is all candy, and then inside is the gooey part of the Skittle, right? And that's got the medicine in it. So yeah, delicious. And I prefer those, but the supermarkets have caught on, or Tums has at least caught on. They charge like 3 times as much for that stupid thing. So well done on whoever's idea that was. Mysterious Vixen says ultimate combination for an addition to a cleanse would be a mixture of caffeine, THC, and alcohol. Yeah, I don't think there's I don't think there's a whole lot of cleanses out there, but you have given me an idea. So I'm trying to incorporate on the movement that airs on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern, is utilizing Grok more. So if there's ever a question that anyone has, I just didn't want it to be too dry. And right now it's kind of dry because I just have a screen up, and then I type in whatever we want to ask Grok, and then we get the answer. And again, I only did it once, and I think we did it in the style of Pauly Shore, and I thought it got a little traction, but there's really nothing. We never really have anything to ask, and I was thought that there'd be enough stuff that came up on the show that there'd be at least one thing to ask Grok, and maybe there is, and I'm just not thinking about it when it comes up. So yeah, I just want to be more mindful of it, perhaps. But anyway, I want to incorporate grok stuff, and that would be a perfect thing. Like, all right, so so if the where is it again? Where was it? There it is. Okay, yeah, it's actually highlighted. Producer Mike, the ultimate combination for a cleanse would be a mixture of caffeine, THC, and alcohol. That is a perfect thing to put into grok. Hey, grok, I want to go on a cleanse. However, I'm a little picky. It needs to include caffeine, THC, so maybe a cannabis oil, right? If you got like a Rick Simpson oil lying around the house, right? You grab some of that shit and then alcohol, and then have grok. He'll probably judge you at first. This is not really a healthy thing. I mean, if you're doing a cleanse, sounds like you're trying to do healthy shit. And the alcohol and the alcohol isn't really the greatest thing to have. But if you're doing a cleanse and you want to have alcohol involved, here's how you do it. Um, I've been on a cleanse before, and I'm just going to pop over to the scores just to make it a little bit more. I'm going to try to do that while I'm answering long questions. I have been on a cleanse before. It was the lemonade one that was it was pretty popular about 10 years ago or so. It had gotten some traction online. I mean, it had been around forever, I guess, but someone picked up on it. But the lemonade cleanse was essentially you had to get like real lemon juice. So you're buying lemons, and a lot of them from the grocery store. You juice those puppies, and then you're adding a bunch of cayenne pepper to it. And believe it or not, it doesn't. It's not as hot as you think it would be. It's spicy for sure, but it's not as hot, which I thought was interesting because the amount of and again I forget the proportions, but the amount of cayenne that you put in there, you're like, really? Jesus Christ. But anyway, so it was the lemon juice, the cayenne, and then the thing that essentially doesn't that the thing that's in there that keeps you alive, believe it or not, is B grade B maple syrup. All right. So you've got the grade B maple syrup, a few cups of that. You've got the lemon juice. You got all that shit in there. Like you're juicing like a dozen lemons or some shit. And then you're putting cayenne pepper in there. And then you fill like if you were making Kool-Aid, right? When we were kids, right? Mom made the Kool-Aid in the container, right? The container then that container went into the refrigerator, same size. And you put spring water on top of that, mix it up real good, and then that is what you have for the day. um, there was a salt saline thing that was also part of it, but I only did that like I think the first 2 days, and then I was like, screw that. That was definitely a flush. But it was essentially got out of your system like within like a half an hour. It literally says there when you do this saline thing, make sure you're near a toilet because it's coming out of you pretty quick. And I just had enough of it. I didn't want that. And that's all you can have. Can't eat a thing. And the first time I ever went on it, I actually was relatively successful. I dropped a ton of weight. Unfortunately, I gained it all back. Never got onto a type of routine where I could just keep it off. But yeah, I was highly successful, and it was brutal. I mean, it was. I wouldn't do it again. It's absolutely brutal. You need to stay on it. Well, I mean, you can stay on it as long as you want, but I stayed on it for 30 days, and yeah, I'm good. I don't want to do it again. It doesn't taste. It could taste worse. that concoction you make, because the lemon juice and the syrup, right? The sugar, natural sugar in the syrup, it makes a okay tasting lemonade. And then the cayenne's in there for a reason. I think the cayenne's probably in there for hunger suppression. And it spices it up a little bit. I mean, it gets to Bloody Mary territory. If you like Bloody Marys and you like them spicy, that's what we're talking about here. You know, it's just yeah, man, it's you gotta really want to lose the weight, I guess. And yeah, I decided to do other things. Yeah, and I've lost weight significantly before or after the fact, and which was straight up kind of a lean cuisine, essentially diet. I was watching my portions. I was trying to skip a meal here and there. I was walking every single day, and it included hills. Now I can't do that anymore. Not that I can find any hills here in the desert, but yeah, I was living in Bristol, Connecticut at the time, and we had plenty of hills. My whole neighborhood had, there were like two or three separate little hilly things I could choose from if I wanted to, have a variety of places to walk. A lot of side streets that literally went straight up. San Francisco type, type angles, so worked out. Then winter rolls around, and I don't want to go outside because I get cold. And the weight just comes back because I lived in Connecticut and I love pizza. And Connecticut is the essentially the pizza capital of the world. I had so many choices. Every day I was getting in some sort of new pizza during that winter time. Abject failure. That's what AF should stand for, not as fuck, or AFAF. Abject failure as fuck. That should be a t-shirt. Jay, write that down. All right. That was a really long answer, but again, this is got to talk about something, right? All right. Producer Mike, I did all that family shit already. My children are all grown up. Yep, yep. And now, so no more little babies for me. And at this point, I'm not looking either, just craving the companionship. Well, I tell you what, my, all right, I, I don't crave it. It's probably because I got so I've always been, I wouldn't call myself necessarily extroverted, but I've certainly developed into a hardcore introvert in my older years. I should be on Xanax. I mean, I'm a mental case. I find, and it's what's kind of weird is that since I've moved, several times in my adult life here, I don't have any close friends. I've got people I can certainly interact with if I so desire, but I don't have any close friends that live here in the Las Vegas area. But I have plenty of friends who do vacation here, which turns out to be absolutely great because if they're coming for a week, let's say, they're not asking to stay with me. They don't want to stay with me. I am so far away from the strip. Everyone wants to come here and go to the strip. And even if they don't want to go to the strip, they still want to go to casinos. And I don't live in Las Vegas. I actually live in a town next to it. There's plenty of casinos in my town, but I don't live near any of them. I am as far east as you can get in the town that I live in. And it's a decent hike. It's a good, 12 minutes on what's called Lake Mead Boulevard just to get into some semblance of a city. Otherwise, now it's just okay. Well, there's a storage facility, then nothing. There's another residence, like a residential community, and then nothing. And then you finally get into like, oh, hey, finally, bank, supermarket, restaurant. So yeah, I got off track there, didn't I? Um, why was I bringing that up? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So people stay at the hotel. I can go visit them, and then at the end of the day, I can bail, right? Like I can't, in other words, the 24/7 thing, that doesn't work for me anymore. That's why Christmas is borderline brutal for me because I'm in the same house with the family that I love, but I have to put on my really, really big boy shoes. And sometimes I fell off of it and I, lose my mind. And that's when I really should get Xanax. It's just is for Christmas time. Matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do. Next time a friend comes and they have it, I'm gonna see if I can get a few of those, and then I'm gonna leave in the hopper, and that'll be my Christmas drugs. Um, Yeah, so I end up doing a lot of drinking at Christmas time just to keep me smooth because it's all politics in my family and I can generally handle it for like the first 15 minutes. And then after that, it's like I can't believe they're still talking about this. And now it's approaching 30 minutes to an hour and I'm like, "Really? They're not going to change the subject?" And then I go into another room, right? Because that's the first thing I do. I go into another room, like generally the bedroom that I'm sleeping in. And then and I'll just like watch, lay in bed, just watch a video or something and calm down or whatever. But then my mom comes in and goes, "Why are you in here by yourself?" And then I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're right. I gotta, yeah." And then I come out because I don't want to make my problem anybody else's problem. And I go through the whole thing, and people wonder why I go crazy sometimes when I don't get my I don't get my rest. Ah, good times. Oh, so let's go to the companionship thing. Yeah, yeah. I guess you got to do what you got to do uh, to accommodate that. But yeah, I'm a bit on the other side of the coin with you on that one. I could give a shit. There were times even actually close up to when I stopped working. Like I took a week's vacation, didn't go anywhere, and didn't talk to anyone. Nothing. Zero. The only time I talked to anyone that particular week was when I did the show with Steve and we had that Friday show because of course I gotta kind of talk to that guy. But then yeah, that was it. I had 7 days not talking to a soul. Talking about recharged batteries, I felt great. I felt absolutely wonderful. All right, so person to talk to in friendship would be awesome. Yeah, again, it's I gotta find someone local, I guess, and I don't know. Do they do like web cafes? That was some people do that, hang out at places. Otherwise, I think people suck. I think people are great in the sense that as far again, plenty of distance, podcasting, thought it was great. The interaction with fans on the Jessup Show podcast. I mean, like that was right in my wheelhouse. You you talk to somebody for 5 minutes, you moved on, right? If they weren't done yet, I don't know how many times you saw the Colonel. I hung up on him all the time. It's like, yep, we're done with the Colonel, moved on. Uh, you know what we can bring weekly? Yeah, well, you gotta be Robert Connor, Ted Gang. You know what we can bring weekly? I absolutely can, but you got to understand, that scares the shit out of me. We'll have to talk about parameters. I don't think we're going to go live right off the bat with you guys. I don't have a dump button. Well, I have a dump button, but it dumps the entire stream. So, Tabby's going to have to behave herself, is what I'm saying. Mysterious Vixen says, Producer Mike, does that mean that I can give you questions to ask Rock? Yeah, yeah. Because what we want to do is as long as it's an interesting query, that's what we're looking for. Interesting queries, and then we're going to have Grok answer in like a specific way. Like I said, we had him answer as Pauly Shore the one time that we did it. But I mean, we can go Samuel Jackson. I had fun with that when I was messing around with Alexa. I don't use Alexa anymore. I got kind of skeeved by Alexa. But anyway, we'll come up creative ways, maybe in the style of Steve Jessup. I do a really great Steve Jessup imitation. Everyone's heard it. It's awesome. Who dat? Let's see. Robert Nick Connor. Who dat Nation sucks this year. Yeah. Um, Transition year for you guys for sure. You got a rookie quarterback who's looks all right, but yeah, you're gonna need some help. You guys need to trade for some shit. I don't know if a draft is gonna help you. No whiskey for Robert Connor. I don't know if you're if that's in regards to the cleanse or today. Either way. Mysterious Vixen says I create my own cleanses. Yeah, there you go. Hey, put a bunch of shit together. Do it for a week. Measure your results. Robert Connor, me too. They usually come out combustible. I know what you're saying. Mysterious things. Are you a loner? Because I stay in my bedroom all the time. Well, I live in a studio apartment, so I'm in my living room, bedroom, kitchen, dining room, and den, pretty much all at the same time. If you get Mysterious Vic says, if you get too overwhelming, you can hit me up to vent or anything like that. I will email you details. Yeah, I've got myself a routine. You can ask the Colonel. The Colonel reaches out to me all the time, and I don't reach out back in a timely fashion at all, because I'm not a phone guy at all. I hate talking on the phone. My mom insists on emailing me, and so if my mom sends me a narrative, of course, because it's mom, right? But I don't, and it's funny, I get not wanting to talk on the phone from my mom. My mom hates it as well. Um, they always say, call your mom, call your dad, call your folks as often as you can, at least once a week, because they're not going to be here forever. If my mom and I did that together, we'd want to murder each other through the phone. So we talk about once a month, and then we trade emails. And even then, my mom doesn't really say much. She's generally sending me a link to something the president said. And since I try not to get involved with politics at all, I've got to watch like the first 3 seconds of it and go, crap, this again. And then go, oh my God, that's amazing. And then send that back to my mom, just to keep all the sanity. But generally, the least amount of interaction going out with me, the better. Like I said, if I was on Xanax like all the time, it'd be different. I should be medicated. I'm just not. I get anxiety, especially in person with people, and especially strangers. My anxiety goes through the roof. There's no spontaneous plans with me. That never happens. Someone calling. Like I said, I got a few older friends. Like, it turns out I've got there's a couple friends I have that live in Las Vegas that I knew in high school. So once I knew they lived in the area, we get together, not even often, once every few months. Don't even talk very much. We just do it just to do it, to catch up, that kind of shit. And that's the way I need to kind of have it, because once that day starts to come that we're going to do that or do whatever event, I need to psych myself up for it. I mean, I gotta need to plan for it well in advance. I'm like, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna remember your breathing, la 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 la, you're gonna Uber, all that crap. So all right. Nope, I'm not doing none of the social media dating. It's not my thing. Yeah, fuck dating altogether. I just don't do it. Save your money, you know? Even the girls. I think at times, I mean, even girls, you spend your money too on guys from time to time when you're in relationships because that's part of it.
Hmm.
Cut that entire thing out of your budget altogether. I was so happy I was able to retire when I did, and it's totally because I decided not to have kids or wife or do any of that. Much to the chagrin of my mom, but whatever. That's why I have a sister, and that's why she gave them grandchildren. Thank you, Amy. Producer Mike, I definitely have some good questions that just pop into my head. Perfect. Tune in. You're a movement person. Fire that into the movement. We're gonna do it. I've got a whole grok scene. I made the whole scene, put the whole time into it, and then I never used the damn thing. You know how to cook. Yeah, I'm not too shabby at it. Being a bachelor, as long as I have, you kind of gotta. But even when I was younger, I'm an Air Force vet, so they kind of teach you, believe it or not, some skills in that just to kind of get you through a war. But yeah, I got a crock pot. I've got I've got one of those one of those bigger air fryers. So I cook a lot of shit in that stuff, and then I have a stovetop when I want to do something quick. I'm a big grilled cheese fan or toasted cheese fan. I could eat those by the thousands. I'm a Deadhead from way back when, so we would go to Dead shows, and holy crap, I was looking for the guy that was just slinging grilled cheese sandwiches, and I would just bring a chair. I had a foldable chair and a bag, walk down to find that dude, basically give him a 20 and tell him to keep handing me cheese until my 20 runs out. Good times. I don't mean voice talking, I just meant texting. Oh, yeah, well, I mean, emails is emails. Because I live with my mentally handicapped mother, I don't voice chat. Yes, I can imagine that you are going through a lot of stuff. Producer Mike, I'm a spoiler. I take care of my men in every way, so yeah, I spend money on them. Yeah. It's I mean, that's part of it. That's always been part of the game. And that's I participated. I've lived with, I mean, since all right, so for my entire adult life, I've lived with two women that I was romantically involved with. I dated I was pretty much with someone 25 through maybe later than that. I was dating off and off in the 20s. 30s, I was pretty solid on. I was generally with somebody. But it was always vacations and let's go here. And I'm like, yeah, it's a great idea. I never said no to anything. And I'm thinking back on it, it's just like if I had done any planning whatsoever, because I never really did, right? Every girl I was ever with, had something in mind they wanted to do. And in my mind, it's like, well, if they want to go there, all right, we can check one of the boxes. She's in a place she wants to be. Because I could give a fuck. But now looking back, it's like, you know what? Why didn't I suggest a trip to Boston and have her take me to 3 Red Sox games? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Or even midweek. Let's take some time off. Midweek. That would have been great. But I never brought that shit up. All right, let's take a look at the games here. We are approaching the top of the hour, which these games are probably coming close to a close. But I do see 3 games that are still solidly. Are these right times? These must be the right times. All right, the Titans have increased their lead over the Browns to 28-17. Steelers and the Ravens are still battling it out, 27-22. I think that was another game I had the under, and that did not go under the total. Major loss on that parlay. Boom, 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 boom. Jags are winning by 20, 33-13 over the Colts. We've got a final in Minnesota. Vikings won 31-0. That game went under the total. Not part of my parlay. Look at them Bills. 5-9 Keith. You must be psyched. They have gone ahead of the Bengals 39-28. So an 11-point lead there with 3 minutes to go in the game. 4 minutes to go in New Rutherford, New Jersey. The Meadowlands, the Dolphins have a 31-10 lead over the Jets. Seahawks figured it out. 37-9 over the Falcons with 2 minutes to go in the game. Saints have a little 4-point lead over the Buccaneers. Look at you, Tent Gang and Robert. Having a shitty year, but the Buccaneers started off hot, but kind of cooled off, didn't they? 24-20, 3:22 left to go in fourth. And then we've got games that I'm going to be watching from bed. Broncos at Raiders, Rams at Cardinals, Bears at Packers. Might not even be awake for this one. Texans at Chiefs. And then, of course, I told you all I will see you Monday night. I'll see you for that game. Eagles at Chargers. I will take a nap to make sure I'm well refreshed. I've got 200 more milligrams of THC espresso coffee adding things. I might do that again tomorrow. Because why not? Right? I don't have some wife in my life to say, hey, how about you stop taking so many edibles and go rake the yard? Because I know she wouldn't have let us stay here. There's no way we'd be living here. I got to pick the place I wanted to live. I was the master of my domain. Like literally. It's the way to go. I get it. Some people need it, and I understand it completely. I just do not. Quiet. I listen to white noise all the time because I got tinnitus real bad. That's how it kind of started. But then I found all these soothing things, like all these soothing sounds, like these musical sounds that I mix with other, because I have a couple of devices and I have them going through different speakers. So I've got like this B-29 Squadron plane sound mixed with this kind of like a spaceship sound, but in the faint in the background, it's got like this hum that changes tones. And then I play the B-29 at a level, and I turn the white noise with the hum in the background up a little bit louder than that. And then the TV that I have right next to my bed, because I have Bluetooth speakers, right? So I got the Bluetooth speakers, they're blaring at me. And then the TV that's right there, I turn that one on to like a refrigerator freezer sound. Black screen, because it's facing right at me. You don't want a bunch of visuals. And that sounds perfect. It is a perfect humming, white noise, everything. And I have something white noisy going on in this apartment all the time. And I think part of that soothes me out as well. And then the waking out, well, like I said, something's always playing, but generally it'll be, like new age music will do the trick totally. I like it more on the spacey side as opposed to like, acoustic guitars and the funky piano you're hearing right now, a little bossa nova action. That's all fine and good, but when I'm doing video editing, Enya. All right, I went off on a tangent again. All right, so we're at the top of the hour. I was planning on going till 1 o'clock anyhow. So I am, again, very appreciative to everyone joining me. I will be here tomorrow night. Everyone can come back, gain yourselves additional um, raffle tickets. The deal is basically the deal of accumulating them changes next week, where you're gonna have to meet all four criteria to get your raffle ticket going forward, and that's just to basically tell you all who have been here for the early shows. I want to give you guys a better chance, okay? Because you are the founding fathers, if you will, of this particular show. And the earlier you were here and did all the things, if you didn't text into the live chat, well, you're beat because there's no more live chat. You can chat in the comment section of the video itself. Yeah, sorry, doesn't count. Got to be here for the live show. I mean, look, it's pretty easy. Come into the show, you type something in the live chat, and you bail. Get all the other criteria done, and you've done it. You can go back to watching. What was his name? Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Are they together? No, Troy Aikman's with who's with Nance? No, Nance has got Romo. I don't fucking know. It's been so long. But anyway, yeah, the criteria is right here. Got it there. Yeah, so I wanted the early people to benefit. Now it's crunch time. So it's we're in crunch time. So anyway, best of luck to all of you in your endeavors. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, and we'll do this again tomorrow night. And again, next week is playoff time. We are in 3 contests. Three tournaments are going to advance as of right now. We will check it again tomorrow to see if that holds true. We're hoping it ups to 5. I want 5. 5 I want. I'll take 4. 3 will be acceptable. If it drops down to 2, I'm going to be pissed. Anyway. Bye, everybody.